The RJ report question: what is your price target for Tesla for 2025? Interesting question, because we have seen the stock price going up here in the last few days, which would obviously for Tesla investors is a very positive trend. Where's I mean, not financial advice, obviously, but do you guys have any thoughts around this? Do you guys want to throw out any numbers? Your thought process?
622 and 43 cents.
Okay.
Three times today's current value right now.
Okay. What do you think, Mimi? You're thinking
800.
800. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hans?
That's more a wish than a sound thought.
Okay.
Yes.
What do most analysts do anyway? I feel like most analysts in Wall Street, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing anything different. Go ahead, Hans.
That is pretty ridiculous, by the way the analysts work. They wait till the numbers go down and then they decrease the price of the stock.
I know.
And then they wait till the numbers go up and they increase the price of the stock.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great analysis.
Yeah. Go ahead, Hans.
It's hard to say. I'm really waiting for that free trial. Ask me after the free trial is released and then I'll tell you.
Okay. I think version 11 for me has been just so eye-opening. It has been very, very, and I'm still collecting my thoughts. I'm planning on doing like a whole series of videos or maybe one big one next week. That's really going to like really walk through how I'm thinking about this technology now that I'm actually seeing the light. I'm seeing the path to it being finished, like hands-on, which is the first time that's happened. I think if that's finished and ready to go live, which I'm going to assume it is, I think I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,600.
Ooh,
yeah. Not financial advice.
You.
But I have to sit down. And flesh it up. But that's kind of where my head is at.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I've been really encouraged by is the rate of the new releases being rolled out, going back to being quick. Like if this is the last architectural rewrite that needed to happen in order to get us there, which we don't know if it is or not. But if it was, and then we're going to see regular releases every couple weeks to a month, it's all about the rate of progress. And I think we're back to a point where we're seeing the progress accelerate, which gets really exciting for the timeline.
I was going to say something stupid like my guess was pre-split 3-1, but I elected not to say it.
Okay. I was going to make a joke about you saying that, but I'm just going to keep it to myself. Let's do the next question. Question from Matthew. Will lithium still be critical if Tesla moves away from rare earths? If they figure that out, won't most others follow suit? I mean, I think I've already moved away from rare earths, right? So lithium is going to be a part of their strategy for a long, long, long time, unless you guys think different.
Yeah, this is kind of confusing because we hear terms like critical minerals and like that's one set of things. And then we hear things like rare earths and they sound like they're the same thing. So lithium is a critical mineral for batteries, which are a critical component of going to electrification. Rare earths may or may not be included in the critical minerals, depending on, if Tesla and whoever, if that ends up being Neuron Magnetics, is able to eliminate the need for rare earths in electric motors specifically, then they kind of are not needed, but that is completely independent of lithium. And so lithium will still be critical unless we can find a replacement for lithium in battery chemistry, which goes back to the discussion we had earlier on sodium ion batteries. And then there are other alternative chemistries as well. We've seen some really cool, more highly dependent on lithium batteries here recently that are getting up close to 500 watt hours per kilogram. So I don't see the need for lithium going away anytime soon, just because the battery industry is such a huge thing and it moves with incredible inertia. I mean, this is like the Titanic on steroids. It takes forever to move a battery supply chain from one mineral to the next, both from a technological standpoint and a supply chain standpoint. And so right now, the battery industry is all in on lithium, and it's going to remain that way for many, many years into the future. And so we're not getting away from lithium anytime soon.
No, I agree. I think that if we can get rid of cobalt and we can use more iron, that's good. But lithium will be essential for a long time.
I think from a musical standpoint, if you get enough lithium, you're in nirvana.
Everybody's trolling today. Producer wife
Yeah.
has a hypothesis that the reason why we have so many trolling today is because the stock is up 6%. So everyone's in a good mood. I can't blame it on that.
That's
This is the
good.
next one. Yeah, let's have some fun. Next question. And Jaybird Cybertruck question: do you think Cybertruck will ever get a heat treatment for the skin to change its colors instead of a paint shop? That would be sick.
Ooh.
So for those that are not familiar, Cybertruck is only going to come with basically the stainless steel outside, and it's a it won't require paint. It's going to look like a DeLorean basically. But heat treatments, go ahead, Richard.
I think there is paint. I just don't know where it is. I saw some video yesterday that they are hiring for
Yeah, Dylan had
paint
that.
positions.
It's probably E-coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't specify, but there were like multiple positions. And I know it's not an exterior, but there might be some kind of coating on the exterior, correct?
It's probably E-coat. Yeah, I don't know what the manufacturing process is. So for cars, you have basically the E-coat, and then you put the paint on there. So I'm wondering if there are parts underneath the Cybertruck, or maybe I don't know if the fenders or something. Maybe those require paint, but it would be that. I don't like 90% of the body wouldn't be painted. I don't think, unless I'm 100% wrong. And it could be the treatment. It could be the treatment of the steel itself. Could be the thing that's like to your point. Go ahead, Mimi.
What I'm just gonna ask, what is that first layer? What is it? Is it some kind of corrosion protection, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's what E-coat is. Yeah, it's like it prevents rust and corrosion and stuff like that. Yeah. That would be sick, though. I mean, I think the aftermarket potential of the Cybertruck is completely and absolutely bananas. Either with their in-house team, which we learned on Investor Day that Tesla was going to invest in an in-house, quote unquote, third party, like an accessory team for Cybertruck. Think about the margins that's related to that.
That's where my head went to on the paint is like bumpers that are painted and different accessories that are different colors.
Yeah. Side view mirrors.
They should have the same margins as they have on that beer they're selling. Then Tesla would make billions and billions.
They will. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if their accessory team is making, they'll be making like 60, 70% margins. Mm-hmm. Would not be surprised at all. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Tina Lee, question. Where would you like to see Elon focus his attention in 2023? Your top 3 priorities. Ooh.
Ooh.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I can say Starship.
Okay. There's 3, Mimi. Come on.
Can I just start with one?
Okay. Start with one. I'm going to say Twitter as number 1.
Oh.
You know why? Because the faster he gets that out of his hand, the better. Like, it's the faster he can get somebody in place, I think the better for him. Because I know Twitter, like I'm 100% supportive of his Twitter acquisition and what he's doing. And I know that's somewhat unpopular. But I really do think it's very important for him to do what he's doing. And I think the faster he can get it to where it needs to be, the better everything will be. And because he's not going to sell it. He's not going to get rid of it, but he's going to try to get it to where it needs to be. So I think if he prioritizes that first and gets it done, I think in Investor Day, we saw that they have an insanely rock star team that's going to be able to carry the company through however long he needs them to. And SpaceX has been I think I would argue that SpaceX is the best run company in the world. I would really make that argument. When you think about how much he's got going on his plate and all the stuff that he's working on, and the incredibly impressive feats they've been able to do over and over. They're like almost at 200 reusable rockets. They've been sending astronauts to the International Space Station. They've been developing Starship. They got Starlink, basically. I think they're probably making money on that already. And Elon is doing Tesla and Space and Twitter. How is that not the best run company in the world, right? So get Twitter to where it needs to be, step aside, or allow the face of the company to come in like you want him to or want her to, and then just keep working on what you want to work on. So that's what I would say. So Twitter, then I would say it's Cybertruck, number 2, and then number 3 I would say Gen 3.
I'll go in a little bit different direction with my 3. I think Twitter, but for a completely different reason. It seems like Twitter's going to be the home of whatever truth GPT thing that he's doing. And just watching the progress of OpenAI and seeing the mad dash that we seem to be on towards artificial general intelligence and the possibility of that evolving into artificial superintelligence very quickly. I think the 2 biggest priorities beyond sustainable energy, honestly, at this point, is like, it'd be great if we can sustain the planet for hundreds of years, but let's make sure there's humans around for that. And so, yeah, I think the competitor to OpenAI, it's possible that OpenAI can navigate this okay. It might also not be possible. I sure would love to have a legitimate Elon involved effort to get there first, to be part of the running of all of the people that are trying to do this. I certainly don't want it to be managed by Google. I certainly don't want it to be managed by Facebook. Honestly, I think I would prefer OpenAI to either of those options. But yeah, I'd love to see some competition against AI from an honest-led Elon initiative. And then from there, it goes actually back to Neuralink. I'd love to see Neuralink make more progress, since we seem to be, I think one of the things that Sam said a while ago that scared the bejesus out of me was we have entered into the era of Moore's law of intelligence, and it's not 18 months, it's something like 6, where the amount of intelligence in the universe doubles every 6 months. And like, that's scary, because human intelligence is definitely not doubling every 6 months.
Some might argue it's going down in some cases, but